Bonjour, Ghislain Hakizimana. Je suis très content d'être ici avec toi pour cette nouvelle épisode de ce podcast.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Je suis très ravi aussi d'être ici et merci de m'avoir invité.
For the purpose of this interview, we will proceed by using English. But if you would like to watch this with French subtitles, you may change the settings on YouTube. I am here today with Ghislain Hakizimana. He is originally from Burundi. He's now living here in Beijing for a number of years. Ghislain is a co-founder of a social enterprise and a teacher of a British international school here in Beijing. So, you came all the way from Burundi. It is a country that I'm not very familiar with before I met you. Why did you choose to come to Beijing from Burundi?
Well, I was working back in my country for a couple of years, and then at some point I felt like I need to go for more opportunities. Yeah, I came in as a student, wanted to do my master's. I had my sister and some friends who were living in China before me, so they kind of helped me to settle in China. But then during the time I was doing my master's, I could have time to be continuing to be working on my social enterprise, but also doing some network here in Beijing to find more other jobs and opportunities, if I could put it that way.
So you first came to Beijing to study your master's. For most people, when they start working, it's very difficult to go back into studying.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't an easy decision to make. The time when I started to be having this idea of resigning from where I was before and then decide to go somewhere else. One of my friends was like, are you really going to be doing this? And you don't even know exactly what you want to be doing. But yeah, when I decided to leave, I did not ask anyone. And whatever the risk that can be in the future, I'm taking them.
I imagine it's quite a move, and also in Burundi it's very competitive to have a stable job in such an environment.
Yeah, it's one of the countries where like employment rate is a little bit like high.
Yeah. In Beijing I have come across a lot of Africans. What do you think they are doing in China in general?
Most of them are students.
Very obviously
studies.
Students.
Yeah. China is providing scholarships to students who would like to go and study abroad from Africa.
So it's a good opportunity for them to study here in such a growing economy, right?
Yeah.
It's quite strange how we're in Beijing. It's a very localized city, center of government. But then you're in an environment where the school that you teach in has mostly students who are of foreign nationalities. How is it teaching students in a British environment?
When you are outside the school campus, you feel like you are in China, you are in Beijing, but then when you get into the school, the whole environment is so different because we're having students, some of them like, yes, of course, they still speak Chinese, but also it's very diverse. I don't know, it does feel like we are in our own kind of little world within the big city. Yeah.
Living in Beijing, you've traveled all across China. Can you tell me about your experiences traveling within China?
This is reminding me of one of the students I was with from my master's. So he went to the canteen, wanted some food, and then he couldn't say that he's hungry.
Oh, in Chinese?
In Chinese, obviously. It was like first month, I believe. But he was using some gestures to be showing them that he's hungry, like trying to rub his tummy. And then the people in the canteen, they were like looking at him, what's wrong with this guy? Are you having a stomachache? But they couldn't help him at all. Look at this guy, he's so hungry and then struggling to be telling these people that he really wants food. To just be looking at him like that. That is like some of the stories that you may have here in China. It's a culture, the language that you're using can be a barrier.
I also thought people would speak English in Beijing, but they just don't, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. In Shanghai, though, I think they do.
Yeah, actually, Shanghai is so different. So this is one of the cities where you will go and then don't feel like really a foreigner. It's very international in Shanghai. So that's the reason. One of the reasons why like Shanghai wasn't on the top of my list of cities to visit, because I felt like this is almost the same as going to any other big city in any other country. So when I started to feel a little bit confident with my Chinese, so I decided to go to some other cities where I could practice my Chinese and also try to get myself immersed into the culture, get to be knowing like how people live. For example, I was so happy when we went to Yunnan. I was able to be talking to some local people there, asking them about life. And this kiddo was like, I don't even want to go to university. He's doing photography here and there. And then when he gets like more time in the evening or like on the weekend, he comes and help his parents. For him, he wasn't interested in going to university and doing like getting big.
No, he didn't want to do the city dream.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was like, this is so different. I've never,
So he's very comfortable in the countryside.
Very comfortable with the life that they're having there. Yeah.
It's very rare to see that in China, because in China there's a real obsession of going to the big cities and getting jobs. But then if you really go to the rural areas, there are these communities where they're just really happy. I think I've seen that in near Xiamen, in the mountains, especially when things are not that expensive here in China. People get by with very little.
Yeah, I think in big cities it's mostly housing. Rent is expensive. So still, if you don't have like a very good job, like with a kind of big salary, I feel like these big cities can be expensive. But then like in those other cities, like you can still be able to have access to anything that you want through the internet, and it's not going to be expensive as it is here in China. So if I would give you an example here, so going back to when I came to China, my sister was living in Nanjing and then I was in Beijing. But then, yes, we were living on kind of like tight budget. And then she's like, okay, why are you using that much money comparing to how much I use? And even like buying easy meal or like a very normal meal, for me, much more expensive than hers. Even the Didi. So if you go to Didi, like this is like an app for taxis here in China.
Didi's like Uber, Chinese Uber.
So if you are in those small cities, it's very cheap. So for 1 kilometer, you get to be starting from 9, quite even lesser than that. But whereas in Beijing and Shanghai, you start from like 13 or 14.
Still quite affordable, I would say.
It is. I mean, if you compare it to the rest of the world. Yes.
Yeah. About a year ago, you went to Chongzuo.
It's in Guangxi province, but it's the closest city of that place is Nanning,
which is miles away. Right?
yeah.
So it's a small, maybe town.
Yeah, it's not even a town. It's like a village.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those kind of small villages. What does it look like?
It's a very remote area, I would say. Going there, the roads are obviously like very good, and because it's in the middle of mountains, you are in the nature, and that time of the year, it's not hot, it's not also cold, it's green everywhere, it's spring time, very calm. So if you wanted a bit of relaxing, like getting away from the big city, it's a very nice escape.
Yeah, so in China there's everything. Big cities and remote villages which have picturesque scenery. It's vast.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's fascinating to see a Burundian here in Beijing. I imagine it's not an easy move for most Burundians.
Yeah, obviously when you come here, everything is big. Coming from a country where, like, especially my city, almost everyone knows everyone. We are going to the same schools, going to the same churches. So then coming in here in China, where you feel like no one knows you, no one, you have to be trying to find everything and know everything by yourself. It's not that easy. It's too big.
Cool. On that topic, the final thing I want to ask is your future plans as obviously a teacher and a social enterprise leader.
Well, being a teacher, I don't think I will stop it, because even when I get to the age of retirement, I can still have like a little center where I can go and still be able to be using my skills. Looking in the future, like with the experience that I'm having, I feel like there's so many things that I could do to improve education in my country. So maybe I can think about like some kind of project to share my experience with other teachers back home.
How much longer do you think you'll be here in China or Beijing?
Yeah, I still have a couple of more years here, I believe. I like making an impact into people's life, yes. I'm making an impact into teaching English and French, sharing my entrepreneurship kind of skills as well. I see the impact into the students, I see the impact into the communities. So this is like what is making me happy, and yeah.
Nice. Well, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for being such a good guest.
Well, thank you so much.
I hope to do this again in the near future. I want to hear about how your life changes over the years. It might not be in China. It might be in Burundi. It might be in the UK. It could also be in Korea or China.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.